Hi, everyone. My name is Jonathan Park, and my partners are Zachary Lee and Jalen Shells, and our YouTube project is on hurricanes. So, what is a hurricane? Essentially, hurricanes are also known as tropical cyclones. They're low pressure weather systems with organized thunderstorm activity with no fronts. They contain surface winds that move continuously in a circular direction and build energy from warm ocean waters. As long as they sustain wind speeds of 74 miles per hour or higher, they're classified as a hurricane. Hurricanes located in the northern hemisphere move in a counterclockwise circular direction, and hurricanes located in the southern hemisphere move in a clockwise circular direction. The center of the hurricane is known as the eye, and it's the calm, clear center with low wind speeds. The outer layer of the hurricane is known as the eye wall, which usually has the strongest winds. So hurricanes are usually located in the Atlantic Basin, which includes the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, the Eastern North Pacific Ocean, and the Central North Pacific Ocean. Wind speeds less than 39 miles per hour are classified as tropical depressions. Wind speeds between 39 to 73 miles per hour are classified as tropical storms. Wind speeds that are greater than 74 miles per hour are classified as hurricanes, also known as tropical cyclones. It's difficult for scientists to determine the long-term trends of a hurricane. It's also difficult to determine if any hurricanes are related to human-caused climate change. Scientists predict that hurricanes will only continue to be stronger as our Earth continues to warm. So the 2005 Atlantic hurricane season. This was said to be the most active hurricane season recorded. There were roughly 3,913 deaths and 28 tropical storms, which created 15 hurricanes, and 7 of those were classified to be major hurricanes, which were Category 3 or higher. Hurricane Katrina is a Category 5 hurricane, which dealt $125 billion in damages and caused over 1,200 deaths. Hurricane Harvey is a Category 4 hurricane, which was known as the most costliest hurricane in US history, dealing $150 billion in damages.
The next topic is how is a hurricane formed? To begin, ocean water is warmed by the sun until it reaches 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, as the water heats, it begins to evaporate. The evaporated water forms into warm and moist air as it travels upward. As the warm air moves up, more air begins to fill in its tracks. This air begins to warm and rise as well, and it causes a movement of the air as it's rising. Next, the warm air has now accumulated into clouds that are expanding, and as it becomes less dense, the area becomes low pressure. As the warm and moist air travels upwards, the air begins to spin due to the Earth's rotation. And lastly, now that the hurricane is formed and spinning, it gets stronger as the wind pushes it across the ocean's surface. Hurricane Sandy, October 2012. This was the largest hurricane to ever form in the Atlantic. Why was it so powerful? First of all, it merged with an extratropical cyclone. And second, sea surface temperatures were higher due to global warming and were reaching record highs. Some facts about Hurricane Sandy. It was a record of 13 feet storm surge in New York City. Global sea level rise added 1 foot to the storm surge, flooding over 25 square miles of land. There was over $65 billion in damages that were caused due to Hurricane Sandy. And there were many records, such as the lowest central pressure, which is strength, for a storm north of North Carolina.
Hi, my name is Jalen Shells, and I will be describing the effects of a hurricane. The first effect is tidal flooding and storm surge, and this is the rise of water that comes ashore with a landfalling hurricane. The next effect is high winds. The high winds determine how powerful the hurricane is, its storm surge, and how strong it'll hit. The third effect is tornadoes, and tornadoes are the energy and instability created by a hurricane when it makes landfall. The fourth one is heavy rain and flooding. Once the hurricane makes landfall and its winds spread or become less intense, the heavy rainfall calls for intense flooding. And lastly, riptides. Riptides occur when the strong winds push water towards the shore. How global warming is affecting hurricanes. Due to climate change, bodies of water are much warmer than usual. This heat causes the sea levels to rise. And when the sea levels rise, it adds height to the coastal surge. How humans make hurricanes worse. Human-induced climate change makes hurricanes worse because our activities make the climate warmer, resulting in hurricanes. The growing population also increases the destruction of a hurricane. Our asphalts and concretes call for increased flooding, and this is usually in urban areas. So the effects of a hurricane in urban areas versus cropland will be very different. In conclusion, a hurricane is a tropical cyclone that sustains a speed of 74 miles per hour or higher. A hurricane forms when warm ocean water evaporates and makes humid air and clouds. The winds then force the air upward, causing the previous gusts of wind to move outward, leaving space for more wind to move upward. The rising humid air makes the clouds as outside winds steer the hurricane. Human activity leads to climate change and bodies of water get warmer. These warm bodies of water lead to stronger and powerful hurricanes like Hurricane Sandy. The hurricane has many effects like flooding, storm surge, heavy rainfall, and more. Thank you.